Wipeout edition. Good morning and welcome back. It's about 6 o'clock and I am taking a little break from my morning walk. We've got an extra little girl over from last night. It's Abby's cousin, and they had a pretty good time staying up late until Abby was ready to go to bed. And she was like, I don't want to have a sleepover anymore. I want to go to bed. So she always does that every time she has a sleepover. About when she's ready to go to sleep, she's done. But anyway, we got some fun stuff today. I'm going to go get a new phone because I started this page on a whim. Like, you know what, this would be fun and it'll probably be motivation and I'll learn, some tips and tricks and things to do, like marketing skills. And I have nothing. I go and buy the cheapest Android phone they have. So my phone sucks. It has absolutely no storage. I have to delete stuff before I go make a video now. And I don't have any equipment. So maybe my videos will start looking a little bit more professional because I'll have a little bit better technology, because I may not buy the cheapest phone. It's due. I just buy the cheapest phone every 2 years and I'm like, it works. It works. My pictures usually just stink. So I usually take other people's phones and have them take pictures and then send me the pictures just because mine just takes terrible pictures. So anyway, maybe a little upgrade. We have a family get together, a celebration of life. I won't be videoing there. And then this evening I'm going with my sister and we're taking the kids to a KOA campground water park, which I've never been to. But if you've ever seen the old show Wipeout, it looks like a Wipeout course. So I'm hoping a couple of my older boys are going to go because I think it's going to be a really fun time. But so this morning I was thinking, what do I want to talk about this morning on the over coffee chat? And I was going to talk about how in the world did we get into carnivore? Like, how did we hear about it? Why did we decide to do it? And actually, I had never heard of it. But my husband was at a police training, and he came home one night, and he's like, there is 2 officers there that were eating really weird. He's like, I knew them, and I asked them, I was like, hey, why are you eating that? They're like, oh, we eat. Well, that was fun. I told you I'm almost out of storage. My phone just shut off and said you can't record until you delete stuff. So I had to go through and delete stuff, and I got rid of some of my daughter's apps that she added to my phone. But anyway, he was saying these guys are jacked and they're in like crazy good shape. And he's like, all they eat is meat. And I was like, they just eat meat. And he's like, yeah, all they eat is meat. And I was like, totally just, that doesn't even make sense. Because at that point I was kind of at the, oh, meat is kind of bad. We're not supposed to eat very much of that. It's just tasty, but it's not actually good for us. Little did I know it's the healthiest thing you can eat. So, but anyway, that made me very curious and it got my ADHD superpower going. So if you can pique my interest and get me interested in something, I'm probably going to study it about as much as a doctor. And I am fascinated by medical things, fascinated by nutrition. And so my mother would always tell me, why did you not go into medical? And I was like, well, I probably wouldn't have agreed with most of what they said because a lot of what they push is pharmaceuticals instead of like trying to fix it. So I'm more into like, let's fix it instead of let's manage it. So I don't know that I would have got along with them. But I get completely fascinated by something. And so I got completely fascinated by carnivore. And so I started researching it. And after a day or two, I was like, we're going to do this. And he was like, no, we're not. And I was like, yeah, we are. We're going to do this. And he got way more information than he probably ever wanted to hear about it because he gets to hear all the information of all the fun stuff I'm learning and all the benefits of it. And I was like, oh, it's so great for your skin. It's great for your teeth. It's great for your whole body. Like, you'll lose weight. We're not meant to eat this way. And it really started going down a lot of the rabbit holes and all the, wow, they've lied to us for so long about what's healthy for us. And it's killing us. It's making us sick. It's making us fat. It's just making us miserable. It's giving us anxiety. It's giving us all kinds of mental issues and depression. It's screwing up our gut. And I was like, this is crazy. So I became just so hyperfixated on that for so long that I just studied and studied and studied. And I was like, I don't know if I could ever go back. No, I did go back for 6 months. I kind of fell off the wagon just because, I don't know, I was at the end of the school year and I was tired and I was like, And I was frustrated because I just hadn't really probably been doing it correctly and I hadn't really lost the weight. And so this time I'm like, all right, we're doing it. We're doing it correctly. We're going to get healthy. We're going to get to where we always wanted to be. And that's how it's going to happen. So my husband's not on it, but my family, like I said, we eat more whole foods. I buy very little processed foods, very little anything with seed oils. There are no seed oils in our house. There's lots of beef tallow and butter, and I do have avocado oil and olive oil and things like that. And that's basic of what like we eat. We eat a lot of meats. There's always meat available. There's always healthy, low oxalate vegetables. Oxalates are like tiny little jagged pieces of glass like that are in your food, and it's like their defense mechanism. And if you eat too many of them, it'll tear up your gut. It'll give you kidney stones. It just is not good on your body. So you need to look into like low oxalate. Cabbage is one that I really like. That's a low oxalate. Asparagus and things like that. I'll look up one. I'll put you, after this video, I'll post a page of like low oxalate vegetables, but I try to keep my family on that. So they are still eating really healthy for the most part when they're out of my house, especially teenage boys. I can't stop them from going through a drive-through and getting, some crud food. But when they're home, they are getting some very nutritious meat. They are getting those low oxalate vegetables. And speaking of the low oxalate vegetables, a lot of times when I have a family member that's got something going on before they go to the doctor, they call me and it's like, hey, this is going on. What's going on? And so I'll start researching and I'll like figure out, okay, you need to do this. And I had one family member, they had thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on testing because their whole, like, it felt like they were totally just tore up here, like horrible heartburn every time they ate. Their gut was tore up. They were having digestive issues. They were just miserable. And they were finally diagnosed with like heartburn and GERD. And the digging a little deeper, this started when they went to a doctor and they said, hey, your blood sugar's a little high. We want to put you on blood sugar medication, like metformin. And they also told them that, hey, your cholesterol's starting to creep up a little bit and you're the age, we're going to go ahead and put you on a statin. So they started statins, and they did not start the blood sugar. They wanted to start eating healthy, and they weren't really overweight. And you don't really have to be overweight much. Just like a couple pounds, you can have diabetes. But they were just in the pre-diabetic range, and they didn't want to be on those medications. So they pretty well dropped almost most of their meat and ate tons of raw vegetables. Lots of raw spinach. Spinach is terrible. I know everybody likes to tote it as a health food, but it has so many oxalates and anti-nutrients in it. It takes our body a whole month to process a single bowl of spinach, to like fully process it out. And those oxalates are going to cause you kidney stones, and it's going to tear up your gut, just rip it to shreds with those little pieces of glass, like oxalate pieces. So anyway, I told him, I was like, look, you need to get off of some of those vegetables. I was like, they're not doing you a favor. I said, you need to at least cut them down. And they did, and they didn't have the problem anymore. They just dropped all those high oxalate vegetables, and the GERD and all that pretty well went away. Oh, they also had gout, like in, I think, their thumb and maybe their big toe. They had gout, and it went away. I think it took a bit because you got to work those oxalates out of your body. So if you are on a high vegetable diet and you switch to this, you are going to have some issues while your body's trying to get rid of those oxalates. And a lot of people, Sally Norton is an awesome person to watch about oxalates. I've learned a lot from her. She was a vegetarian for a very long time and realized she was dying from being a vegetarian, because it's honestly like a diet of anti-nutrient. It's a very anti-nutrient diet. But anyway, so off the soapbox. I'm sure I'll get on another soapbox tomorrow, but that's why we're carnivore, just literally because my husband met two people who were on it, and he's like, they were jacked and they were in very good shape, and I liked what they were eating because he's a man and he saw them eating like meat. So that's kind of where we started. He did do it with me for a little bit, and every now and again he will kind of get on, but still my family does eat a whole lot of meat. But they just eat like a little bit of vegetables and stuff too, and then, whatever they get when they're not in the house. So anyway, so stick around. I'm going to go make some breakfast and see if some little girls are awake yet and ready for some breakfast. And I'm going to bring you to the water park later so you can check this out. I think it's going to be real fun. So see you in a bit. Here's that list of low oxalate vegetables. You may want to save it. So we're going to get some bacon going. I cook this at 400 for 15 to 20 minutes, flipping it in between. It's my favorite way to cook it just because it's quick and I don't have to stand over the stove. Okay, so here's our breakfast, and here's how that bacon turned out. It is so tasty. I love doing it on school mornings, because I don't know if you've seen public school food. It's pretty much crap. Like, there's no protein in it. Their breakfast will be a muffin or a donut and a glass of no-fat milk. So this is going to be much better, because scrambled eggs you can fix up in no time. So this is 4 scrambled eggs cooked in butter with salt on it. So I'm going to eat this up, and I will show you the calories and where we're at so far for the day. You will see my daughter's hair in a bun a lot because this is what her hair looks like after coming out of the shower. It's impossible. And here it is dried. It's so curly. I didn't even put anything on it. This is just naturally dried, and it needs combed again. Getting this hair ready was about an hour of my day. Okay, then I got a pork butt ready to go into the oven, and we roasted it low and slow all day long. It was absolutely delicious. So look at this juicy piece of deliciousness. If you take this to your next gathering or just your family dinner, you are going to be the rock star and very well loved. So anyway, have a great evening and happy eating. And here's our stats for the day. Wipeout edition. Whoa, that was awesome. You can do it. Oh, you cannot do it.
Mom, I'm not going in the water, Mom.
No, I meant like get up here.
Get up there?
You can do it, you can do it.
I'll have to go all the way around.
Oh. Abby just slid off.
I'll have to go all the way around.
There are kids running through this whole thing playing tag and having the best time of their life, and it is hilarious to watch. Oh, there's Abby. I climbed all the way to the top of that and then slipped and fell down the entire thing, taking many young children with me, and I'm covered in bruises. And it really hurt. The 6-year-old is better than everybody else. Go, Abby! It's very pretty here. I think that's way easier than the way I did it. Woo! Okay, we're all done for the day. We had a lot of fun. We got a lot of bruises, and we're going home. Happy eating and have a good day.